Are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here?
Oh, lucky bastard.
Are you being sarcastic or something like that?
Oh, you should never mix your drinks.
What are you retarded?
We'll have to take this abuse much longer.
You're a fool! You're a fool! You're a fool!
Oh, that's what we call diarrhea.
You think this is a fucking joke? This ain't Kenny camera. There's no hidden cameras.
Oh shit, I've said fuck. Oh fuck, I've said shit.
That's your ass. Get a weapon collector ass.
I could knock him out in the shed.
Are you kidding me? That is crazy.
Stop it, please. For God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time.
Is this not why you were here?
All right, everyone. WeaponCollector here. Yes, I see you talking about me while I'm not here. Welcome, early viewers, to the Bed Shitting Club.
What are you doing in so early? Shit the bed.
I hope it's nice and sloppy and runny, or maybe it's a nice big fat solid one. Either way, congratulations to you shit in the bed. Evil. you know you wrote Mike's not here, man. What is that from? Because I recognise that. I do recognise that's not the young ones, is it? Because it's the only person I can think has got a mic in it that I like that could be it. Hello Vessel, hello Panda Fan, hello The Dropped, Fall on the Hill, Evil, Black Metal, and anyone else who's on. Hello Paul. Someone's just bought something. You right, Rich? Let me just check. These are selling fucking decently. Yeah, that's another one of them. Someone's just bought some cards. Dave, thank you for becoming a member again. Are you a new member or you was already a member? So Dave, for whatever you've joined for the membership, that'll be added onto your giveaway entries. Cheers, mate. Yeah, the legal carry cards are doing the most. Is it Cheech and Chong? It made my head sort of said, I know what that's from, but I was wrong then. Although I have seen that, I have seen Cheech and Chong's happens, mate. But that has been a long time ago, long time ago since I last saw that. So yes, how is everyone? Are you all right? I have been in the shed making key rings and stuff like that people have bought. Tomorrow I'm going to have to go and make some more of these because I've sold out of the ones I had done. So these are the rulers that come with the cards. A couple of people have said to me, why don't you put the measurements on the cards? The problem is, when you have a card printed out, the actual file for this is like that big. Trying to get a 3-inch ruler on that will be the right size on that card, and it has to be perfect. Because if it's not, you're going to be measuring your knife wrong. So to get it right, it's too. Also, every time I test, if I wanted to test to see whether the card is right, I have to order 200 at a time. So I'd have 200 cards that are no good potentially. So it's not really worth the bother. A ruler is just an easier option. Or people could just buy a stick-on ruler and put it on the bottom of their card if they want. I might do that later. Liam has just supported me as well. I think that's another person getting the card. Might be Liam, as in weapons and stuff. Vessel said, been a while, mate. Seriously, mate. Crossbows, where the fuck are we going? Oh, no, it's mad, isn't it? Oh, no. Well, hopefully it'll just be a very basic license and most people won't be affected by it. They might even just license sellers. So if you've already got a crossbow, just don't get any more. The government will never know. Oh, God. How you doing, Dropped? You right? Someone do me a favour. Panda Fan, I'll just warn you. Can you not keep doing that? I'm going to have to get someone to time you out otherwise. Because it's just spamming letters and numbers don't mean anything. So all right, in one long comment, like you wrote, that's fine. Done. Thank you. But please don't just keep writing 817, 87 shit, because it doesn't mean anything. Hello, Timbo. How you doing, mate? The drop said, wait, you're making those. Well, I'm buying something and modifying it. So they don't, when you get them, they don't come exactly like that. So I have to trim them down because they have a bit that sticks out and a bit that like sticks up. So I take that bit that sticks up off and the other bit. Yeah. So I'm not making them, but yeah. How you doing, Penny? You right? Hello, Saint. You right? Evil said, when troubled times begin to bother me, yes. Just trying to catch up. Drops it in my lungs and sometimes up my nose. What is that? You're all confusing the fuck out of me today. Hello, Jax. I'm going to call you Jax from Poland. How you doing? You right? Don't forget to like the stream, everyone. So anyway, these are the legal carry cards that it was Jack Striker who came up with that idea originally. He made him himself, so he could have a ruler on the bottom of his. But it's just trying to get it right on the card because also these aren't 3-inch. If you get a card that was 3 inches, you could do it perfectly. But these cards aren't 3 inches, and they don't come 3 inches. A traditional card is 3.5 inches. Anyway, you buy the card. It has the legal rules on both sides, one by the YouGov and one by the police. You can either pay £5 for 2 cards and a ruler, or £2 for 2 cards. ! Shop. The link for the shop will be put in the description, and you can go buy it. Yeah, Jack of the Dump. Yes. Thanks, Ed. I made one of those friction folders today. So easy, mate. Proper tough. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Paul, for becoming a member. Paul, because you have become a member, you will be given entries into the giveaway for the crossbow that's happening at the minute. So thank you. I do appreciate that, Paul. Thank you, mate. So I'm a bit, there's a lot going on at the minute. Evil said, I take a toke, then all my cares go up in smoke. Oh, is that what you're doing? Not that, but you're quoting Cheech and Chong still. Hang on, 817, you don't want that. Oh, God. Thank you, Penny. Penny, how you feeling now? You're better now, aren't you? Noob Ninja said, what war are you fighting, John Wick? I'm fighting the war of soberness tonight is what I'm fighting. Absolute soberness. And I tell you what, it's fucking hard work. I do appreciate the people who have supported me by buying stuff tonight, by the way. Someone else has just bought some. I don't know what it was, though. Okay, someone else getting a card. They've done, that's about 10 of them I've sold today. But that's the only war I'm fighting, the war on sobriety. No, I'm all right, yes. And I'm not stoned tonight, and I haven't been stoned for years. Whether people believe that or not, that's down to them, but no. Always that got to go that way, that's it. Thank you, Paul. I do appreciate you becoming a member, I really do. Hey, on your last day of antibiotics. Good. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Penny. I did ask. I sent you a message and I asked dropped. Black Metal, how you doing, mate? He said, how's things with the family? Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, everyone's good. Everyone's good. Yeah. Hello, Panda Fan. Panda Fan, come on and have a chat with us rather than just keep writing letters and numbers because it irritates people. You are welcome here. Just, don't overdo it with, because it gets on people's nerves. But yeah. So yeah, how is everyone? I'm not too bad. As I said, most of my day has been making key rings and fuck, I can't think what happened. I'm gonna be doing that again. I can't talk properly. Key rings in a different shape. Whatever the fuck these are called. Pocket strops. I need to do another load of these rulers because I've run out. But luckily I ordered 30 and they came today, thank fuck. And I've also spent most of the night packaging loads of these up. Black Metal said, I'm currently in a tricky situation. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I hope it's something you can get out of. Grant said he's not stoned. He tends to stare into the sun for too long. Have you never had that competition with the sun to see whether you can outstare it? I've actually known someone stupid enough to try that. Who the fuck was it? Well, I have known some dumb bastard that I have told them to see if they can outstare the sun, and they tried to do it. Oh god. That's all right, Penny. If you've been busy, that's fine. I'm glad you're all right. You've been busy puking. Saint said, glad you came on tonight, Mike. Well, thank you, Saint. Thank you. Evil said, no, you were definitely stoned last night. Also, that's cool. Do you sell that combo? What? As in the card? So I do sell for £5 you can buy 2 cards and the ruler, or for £2 you can buy 2 cards. So Rod, one of the diarrhea's on. Yes, how you doing, mate? You right? Nice. So yeah, I'll get the proper link up because then people can go straight to it. So this link I post now is the link to buy the 2 cards and the ruler. Yeah. There you go, mate. Just click that and then you just do it. And yeah, I mean, it's a good deal because, you know, it costs me about £1 to send these things anyway. So, you know, you're essentially paying £4, £1 postage. Yeah. Or follow the link that Penny puts on. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone. Where are we? I'm going to try and catch up. Batman's at no way of getting out of it because it happened last night and this morning. As well, what can you do about it? What about can you get out of the consequences of it? Can you get away from it somehow without telling us if you don't want to? Drop said I weld, so it's like looking at 10 suns, making my crunchy eyes. I've told you the story about my dad and his mate both having to go to hospital when they both first bought my dad first bought a welder. Panther, do you hit the target while knife throwing? You didn't mention the watch. No idea what you're on about, mate. Whoever Finn is, look, I may have kissed Finn, but you know, why were you watching? Why were you watching? That was a private moment between me and Finn. I don't know a Finn. I've never kissed a Finn. Not on a fish or a person called Finn. The story of the welder was my dad and his mate Twang. My dad had bought a welder, and it was the first time they tried it. I don't think they knew anything about welding, so they was just in the back garden, just fucking having a go at welding. No welder's mask on, just trying it out. And then my dad was sat there, and his eyes was fucking killing him. When I went to the hospital, Twang was already sat there with the exact same thing. Neither of them told each other. Yeah, oh, fuck's sake. Don't ask me why Twang's name is Twang. I've never known. I need to ask him. Thank you, Paul. Mr. B1000, how you doing, mate? Walter said, which one is your favourite? Out of all this, from what you can see there, I don't know. I really like that sword because I made it. That gun's really good because it's rare. I don't know. Yeah, both of their eyes was fucked. Drop said, Mike acting like he's never watched People from the Bushes. Many a time, mate. Many a time. Not like that, though. Not like that. After I'd done some criminal activities and they was checking the evidence. They always say a criminal goes back to the fucking scene of the crime, don't they? I just made that sound even worse. That's a joke, by the way. Sarah Bod of the diarrhea said blindness by welding is called okay. That's it. Yeah. Drops a flash burn on the eyes. Next day is like your eyeballs of sandpaper. Yeah. Panda said you did nothing and Finn wasn't killed. No, Finn wasn't killed. Finn never died. Yes. Finding porn? Now, that's quite a common thing to find in a bush. I was thinking about that today. How bizarre is that? How bizarre is that? I know what it was. Because often, my younger brother will go for a bike ride with his son. A part of what it is to make sure the kids actually get out and about in the local area and know places. So he'll take them to all of the old sort of places we used to go, and all down the back alleyways, and all of these places where a lot of kids wouldn't go nowadays because they wouldn't even know they existed. See, us as kids, there weren't no internet and shit like that, and you was allowed out all fucking night, all day and all night, really, So you just went out and you did whatever. A lot of kids don't do that nowadays. They hardly go out and hardly do anything. So he makes his kids go out, and if it means him taking them out and taking them down the woods and making bases and stuff like that, and going on bike rides in places where they wouldn't go, it teaches them these secret places where you wouldn't know about. And that makes me think today. I thought, I wonder if one day they'll be out and about and they'll find a bin bag, and my brother Jim might go, "Oh, go on, look in that bag, look in that bag." Because every now and then you open a bag, it's just full of rubbish, and you move on. But I found loads of things I have found. So as a kid and a teenager roaming around the streets, I have found bags of pornography. I have found cigarette packets full of fags that was hidden in bushes and under rocks, because I was a curious person. I knew where, I don't know who it was, but I suspect it was a security guard. There was a security guard who used to work down like the other village, and I would go down to where I suspect he worked, and you'd find a slab on the floor. Lift that slab up, and their fags was underneath there. It may not have been security guards, but yeah. And I've also found booze. Just wandering around the woods, looked behind this metal thing, saw this bag opened up, 4 cans of booze. Yeah, and having that. That was while I was bunking up school on my own. Got pissed. Yeah, right, let me catch up. Back in the black and white days, that's what my sister says to my mum. It was black and white when she was younger. Drop said, but as adults, we don't distribute porn in the shrubbery. No, he's like, well, do you know what it is? People probably don't. People still do buy magazines, though. Because I was thinking about that today as well. What it is it's obviously they don't want to chuck it in the bin and get caught, do they? So they stick it in a bag and chuck it down the woods instead. So I worked in a park years ago, and the amount of porn I found was amazing. It's amusing, though, isn't it? There's a song about finding porn in woods. I did not know that. Hello, Simon, by the way. He said, could you produce a 3-inch ruler but make it measure 7 inches so I can convince the missus, please? I could do that for you. I could do that. Yeah, sorry for taking so long to get to that joke, Simon. But yes, I could. Hayden. I said, Mike, try making an anti-drone gun, either spring or bungee powered. That's Iron Man, isn't it? I can tell by your picture, isn't it? Is that you? Is that you, mate? If that is you, hello, mate. Sorry if I've just given you your identity away there. But that's a good idea. Yeah, net weight. So yeah, shoots out. That's a good idea. I like that. Drop said it's so hard to get the pages apart. You rip the stuck together ones. You just rip out. Going down to the woods to find fags and porn. Evil said, curious. Sure, you don't mean you were a little shit. Yeah, well, pretty much. I knew that was you straight away. Oh, man, I spotted you. I'm leaning forward to have a look. I always do that. I realize you come on with a different name. I realise it's you, and then I think, oh shit, I've just told everyone it's him. He might have been coming on incognito. Oh god. Thanks. And how embarrassing could it be to rent a funky movie and actually have to look at the shop person? No wonder why people don't give a fuck. Yeah. Well, I used to I used to get porno mags from the local corner shop. I was all right with that. It didn't bother me really. You got to remember, I'm quite short. I used to have to climb up the shelves to get the fucking pornos. So what? Everyone knew what I was doing. I couldn't sneakily wait until no one was looking to grab it down. I'd have to stand on the bottom step and maybe up a little bit more, grab them down. Everyone knows what I'm at. Fuck it, who cares? Reswell said, most deadly weapon I own. Probably if you used it in a violent way, crossbows. So Oddbod said, I used to read my older brother's porn mags. Well, I'm the oldest one out of all of us lot, so I didn't have an older brother. However, I think in the loft are still some. I'm not 4'7", not bad. Oh god. You did. I'm not 4'7", Saint. I'm going to remember that. Where was I? All right, that's take that off. That's another strike against Saint. Joking. What was I saying? I think in the loft there's some like 70s porn still. So magazines, I mean, and they're the magazines that have the horrible. So porn mags in the 70s used to have horrible, like fucking STD ads because of like not 70s because AIDS would have been a bit later, so maybe it's 80s. But there was these horrible like VD fucking adverts in it with like a fucking a skeleton like half rotted in the middle of a porno. Simon said, look at the Reader's Wives pages to see if there's anyone that you recognise. Yeah, I got fucking Reader's Wives. I still have a memory of the place, Yeovil, because I remember seeing a picture of a woman bent over the Yeovil thing with her breasts out, and I'd never seen the place Yeovil before, and it just stuck in my mind, and even to this day, Yeovil tits. It's just like flashback. Sarah Busson, I used to like reading the Daily Sport. I've got a Daily Sport over there. I love the Daily Sport. Is like a comic book with tits on every page. Penny said, I would look at those. I'd look those clerks right in the eyes, say something. Yeah, exactly. NL said, hi there. I see you have some knives. Yes, I do. Do I have a parang? I do, but I don't have access to it. I have something like a parang. So if someone supported me a minute ago or they bought something, sorry I haven't had a chance to look yet, but I do appreciate it, whoever it was. Don't know if there was tips or buying stuff. Oh, so someone has joined in the giveaway. Thank you. Alone, I won't say your name, but thank you to the person who just joined that. I'll put your name down. I do appreciate that. Paul has got a card. Yeah, okay. I don't need to write the name. I only need to write the name down for the giveaway. Right, there's a lot going on tonight. Richard says, kink shaving my decomposing skeleton fetish. Well, don't you? I don't know, it was by Thomas Benjamin, Wild Esquire, and it was called Magazine Pages. Do I want a parang? Who wouldn't want a parang? Jock said, as long as it's human, Rich, I won't judge you. But I remember that and having like horrible. That's fucking horrible. I was hiding in a wardrobe at the time, looking at these fucking things, and it was like you're supposed to be aroused, and then you're fucking horrified. That must have confused my poor little brain. That, yeah. Fucking internet porn fucking you up. 70s magazine porn's what's going to fucking fuck you up, I tell you. Yeah. You don't want to see that as a kid. You thought, oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Nightmare fucking fodder, and that's actually affected me for probably 40 fucking years. No, I wasn't that young. 35 years. 35 years. I've still not got over that. I don't want to get in the loft and look for them in case I see that picture again, you know. Revert back to a 10-year-old up in the loft shivering like fucking Danny from the fucking Shining. Eating lead and getting horrified by dodgy magazine. Yeah, that's my childhood. That's my childhood, so that's my childhood. A very small part of it, but yes. Fuck's sake. I noticed all the porn talks put everyone off. With nearly 40 people at one point. I thought. Yeah, so I've written down the people. The person who donated a tenner to join in the giveaway, thank you. I really do appreciate that. And your name is on the list now. I won't forget anyway, because it all comes up on a thing on Coffee that I can look through afterwards anyway. So yeah, but I like to write the giveaway ones down as they come in. That's not doing too bad. I've not made the money back for how much it cost me to buy that crossbow yet, but hopefully I will. And the cards are doing really good. Oddball said, whose bloody head is that to the right? That's the last person who tried to usurp me as the king. So I decapitated them, and then I keep them sat there as a warning to anyone else. Saint said, by the way, that shit sticker is still holding up strong on my cup. Good stuff. They're all right, aren't they, Saint? Thank you for letting me know. I do appreciate that. Yeah. For however much they were, like 50 for like 2 or 3 quid. I can't remember now, but they weren't a lot because I wouldn't have bothered otherwise. Yeah, I think if I get any merch stuff now, I'm going to get it off of fucking Temu and just sell it myself rather than use the merch. I might even get rid of the merch store because you can even do t-shirts on there, and it's cheap enough that you can actually buy the stuff beforehand. But the problem is, or I could order it when someone wants one anyway, but you know what I mean? The problem is with a lot of merchandise type stuff, it costs so much you can't afford to buy you have to buy 20 of them. It's going to cost you fucking 400 quid. You know what I mean? You can't do that. So you do it print to order. Thank you, Dave. Is that a tenner? Do you want 10 quid more on the thing? You're getting anyway. Thank you, Dave. I do appreciate that, mate. I really do, mate. Thank you. Cheers, mate. It all generally makes a massive difference to me as well, because YouTube is my living. Tim said my bike still has its shit sticker on it. Though I'll tell you what, Timbo, those ones from the merch store are really fucking good. Metallic's had hers on through multiple what do you call it? Washes, car washes. Yeah, they stick really good. But yeah, the ones I bought off of Temu, they're quite cheap and they're small, but they do still hold up. You can do that stuff on Temu. Yeah, I could get t-shirts printed on Temu with these logos on. These cards was gotten off of Temu. The latest shit sticker I got was off of Temu. Yeah. And it's amazing prices compared to other places. Normally, to get 200 cards like that, well, you have to do like their little free offer things and get like weird size ones. Otherwise, it's so expensive. It'd be like 50 quid probably for 200 cards, plastic coated cards. Yeah, thank you, Dave. I do appreciate that, mate. I really do. Yes, I've put another tenner on. And did you buy something as well earlier? I can't remember, Dave. I'm sure. Oh, you become a member, didn't you? So that will be when I check the members. That'll be added on as well. Oddball said, I like bird watching. Great tit is the best. When I see 2, that's a pair of great tits. Yes, sounds good to me. You don't want to see things like a green tit though. That's just wrong. Blue tit as well. Great tit, perfect. Blue tit and green tit. Don't know. That's just weird. That's just weird, I think. Yeah, so yeah, it's worth it on Temu. It's worth doing. I could get flags. Remind me in a minute, and I'll tell you what else I'm going to do. I just want to catch up. I didn't read out Fool's comment. I remember finding magazines in the woods during the 80s and 90s. Yellow stars printed over everything. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The stamp for those was off of Temu. That was off of Temu. I'm going to get some flyers made with some of like the weapon, like what's banned and shit, so people can have a flyer themselves. And yeah, Simon, how you doing, mate? It's a 70s porn mags. Always had great adverts, like the actor Peter Wingard smells great with tobacco aftershave. Those ones was all right, but that bloody VD or gonorrhea fucking advert, it's horrible. It was like a double page spread of this like rotten woman, as far as my brain says. How you doing, Nick? You're right, mate. Evil said it's Greenfinch. There is no green. Oh, of course it is. You're right, Ad. You are right, Evil. Actually, you are right. Yes, I take that back. That was just me trying to be clever. No, it is Greenfinch. Yeah, it's not green tit or blue. It's a blue tit. There's a blue tit though, isn't there? I was right about blue tit, wasn't I? Yeah, I was right about blue tit. But yeah, Greenfinch. Yeah, you're right. So don't forget, you can get your cards now. Here's a link. I've sold about 10 of these today, I think. So For £5, you can have 2 of these cards. They're double-sided, so you keep one in your phone, one in your wallet, and you get the ruler, right? If you don't want to bother with the ruler, you can get 2 cards for £2, right? And that's £1 of that's postage. So you're basically getting the cards for 50p each. There's a coal, blue, and willow tits. All right, nice. But yeah, there's a couple of other ideas I've got. But yeah, you can get flags on there, massive banners. The only real restriction is how good your picture is in the first place. And that's the thing, because, that's what I was on about with these cards. The picture to make that is like that big, and then it's squashed down onto the card, Right, sorry, I just had a private message I was just reading quickly. What are the cards for? So they're legal carry. It's for when you carry your legal carry knife in the UK. You carry this card as well. So if you ever get stopped by anybody, anyone sees that knife, so it doesn't have to be the police. It could be literally anyone. If anyone sees your knife, goes, that's not legal. You can get this out, and you can go, oh, there you go. That's what the government says. That's what the police say. They're both the main laws. It's just one is ever so slightly different to the other. And then you can even get your ruler out, which I supply, and measure your knife in front of them to prove that it's legal to carry without a reason. Yeah. I also don't think there's any more, but I could be mistaken. Oh, the tits, the tits for tats. Tits for tats. That should be, so that someone should have that as a tattoo shop name, and that's how they get paid. Tits for tats. That's got to be a real thing. Tits for tats. That's got to be. Someone look it up. Is there a tits for tats? There has to be. If they're not, people have, it's got to, someone somewhere in the world's got to have that as like a thing. Sunday night tits for tats. Saturday night tits for tats. Yes. Gotta be in it. Yeah, there's some real tits for tits tats for sure. So the last time I went on Temu, they were selling tasers as computer testing tools. Don't buy shit like that. Do not buy shit like that. Yes. Simon said, bird watching with Sam Fox is real Whittaker. Yes. I used to have in this room when I was a child. I've been in and out of this room during my life. I had pictures of Sam Fox and a couple of others on these walls. So I went to school one day, I was only about 8, and I said to my mum, can you cut some of the, she did it as well. I said, can you cut some of the page 3s out of the papers and stick them on our walls, please? And she did it. Came back and there was some fucking page 3s on the walls. Oh, that was great. It used to be so fucking weird. Good old yellow wall. They haven't always been yellow. They've been blue. They've been, I don't know. There's probably some Thundercat wallpaper under here still. Fallen Hill said, tits for tats sounds like flashing for your dinner. Yes. Yeah, even better. Yes. Fuck's sake. Tits for tats. That's the way to go, isn't it? Has anyone seen me taking any painkillers while I was sat here? No, I have I? Who's been on from the whole stream? I don't think I've taken. Now I would remember that, actually, because I thought these was round and they're not. And also, I don't think there's any come out of this whole packet. Airfire Tactical, how you doing, mate? You alright? No, none of these are open anyway. Problem is, I often forget how many I've taken. And then what that means, though, is if I think I've took something, can't remember, I don't take any. Paul said, I love that wall. That's a nice collection and nicely presented. Thank you, Paul. It's all right, isn't it? This is probably the best setup I've done, I think. I've had like 3 or 4 different displays over the years, but I think this is one of the best ones. Thank you. Gerard Bod said, no, you haven't since I've been here. Thank you, mate. I'm pretty sure I haven't, because I thought the tablets were round and they're not, so I couldn't have. Hi, I'm Jack. How you doing? They said, do you think Brits could be trusted to have a Second Amendment like the USA? I know someone who could, but also some people who would have been. I don't think so. It'd be too dodgy nowadays. No, I think because we don't have that gun culture that Americans have, it's like natural over there, and they're brought up on it, and it's very normal, natural thing. It's not now. It's not now, and yeah, there would be people who wouldn't be able to trust. You wouldn't. No, nah, definitely not. Definitely not. Sadly. Saint said, when I first found you, I was going to make a pegboard. Went to B&Q with my dad to buy the OSB. 2 days later, ended up using it on the job. For fuck's sake, yeah. It's nice having the displays, though. Simon said, you're not supposed to swallow suppositories. Timber said, I take a lot of painkillers. I got a dry whiteboard to put times on. Well, the problem is, Timber, I do that. But what I do, I fucking forget. So I forget to write it down, and what happens is, then I question it. This is the problem. I question it, and then I'm like, oh, fuck. Have I forgotten to write it down? And then what it means is I just don't take any. So I don't ever take too many, because it's not worth the risk. But it does mean then I have to sit there for hours, 4 hours at least, waiting until I can take some. Yeah. But no, I do normally write it down, Timbo. But I had meant what it was. I'd had meant to sit down, take them, and then do the stream. Yeah. Full said, oh, it's gone. Hang on. It hasn't gone. I got a pop up come up. Right. Full said, full choose. No, fucking hell. Even said full choose. Now, sorry, I'll get there in the end, dirty fucker. Well, I struggle to swallow tablets, so I have to. They get stuck in my throat otherwise. Sometimes I once swallowed some Viagra very slowly. I ended up having a really stiff neck. I think that's my problem. Oh, God. Right, just going to see what this is, if it's a donation or another card. Oh, thank you, Ivan. I'll add your name on there, mate. Very much appreciated. You are in the draw. F.I. said I'm on ADHD meds and it's hard to remember if I took them on. Yeah, it does my head in. I do it a lot. I do write. So tonight, I'm in a bit of pain, so I thought I'd just take some. However, if I'm taking them all day long, what I mean by all day long, like 3 times a day, whatever, I'll definitely write them down then. I'll tell you what, Evil, though. This is the thing, right? There's a technique to chew them up and not taste them much. Now, it might just be because I've got so used to it, but you can chew them up and not get it in your mouth too much to taste it. Yeah. So you can, because, yeah, it is disgusting. Tablets do taste like shit. And I don't chew up tablets that aren't supposed to be chewed. But any tablet you can break in half, pretty sure you can chew it. Yeah, there's a technique to sort of chew it up, and then you leave it at the front of your mouth, leave it at the front where your teeth are, and then drink, and then it just helps it go down, but it's not a big lump. Yeah. I did, yeah, thank you for it, and they work quicker. Yeah, but yeah, no, there is a technique to chew them up and not really swallow it, because, yeah, fucking paracetamol's horrible. No, there you go. Yeah, some tablets aren't designed to be chewed as they can damage your stomach. Well, that's exactly it. That's what I mean. Saint. So I will only chew up tablets that, if you can break it in half, you can pretty much chew it up, because if it weren't meant to be broken in half, you wouldn't. Yeah, but anything else, I don't chew up ibuprofen. I don't chew up capsules. Yeah. Learned that in prison. No. But yeah. Some tablets aren't supposed to be chewed up. I don't think our Queen's going to be on tonight. By the way, if anyone wondered, she's I did message her earlier. I don't think she's not in a very sociable mood. So yeah, what have you lot been up to today? As I said, most of my day has been. I did a tiny little finishing touch to Timbo's sheath because there was one little bit I just wanted to change on it. Well, it wasn't change. It doesn't really matter what it is, but I just need to touch up one tiny little bit of that. I made a load of key rings. My fucking DVDs never turned up. Bastard every driver. Fucking tosser he is. Yeah. But these, I'll be honest, I've probably spent a good, how long? 2 hours or more packaging up, doing packages for these fucking cards. If I said I want a sheath done for a SOG Pentagon, I can do that, mate. I can do that. If you can send me a picture and the full dimensions of it, I can do it that way. As long as I've got like the thickness of the handle, the length of the handle, the length of the blade, thickness of the blade, and all that, I can make like a template of it. If you want to, and you want a nice, I could do leather sheaths, I could do Kydex sheaths, a combination of both. Just email me, mate. So my email is thank you, Saint. So my email will appear in the chat in a second from a thing called Nightbot, and I'll also put it on the screen. But it's basically WeaponCollector1 at AOL.co.uk. I could ship to Canada. Are you in Canada, are you? I thought you was over here. Well, I could ship. I could ship to Canada. Yeah, you will obviously have to pay what it will cost to get it to you, though. But yeah, I can ship to Canada. Yeah. But yeah, and what I'll do, I'll quote you a price for what you want, because I can do like, it depends what you want. I can do pouches and all shit like that, and and rivets to strengthen things, or I could just do plain ones, whatever. You know what I mean? Quote you a price, and yeah, and then I'll also tell you what the postage would be as well, because that makes a difference, But yeah, I can send things anywhere really. Yeah. Just a pretty leather sheath. All right, nice one there, Fire Tactical. I'm up for that. Yeah, send me an email, mate. Send me an email. Evil said he's watching them now. What's he watching? What did I say? Is that porn DVDs from Chinese? Is that porn DVDs from Chinese guy? I don't know what you're on about. Went out in my shed, howled like crazy, then laid down watching TV. Oh, that's what you're doing today? I used to know a bloke called Tom Gash who used to sell pornos. Tom Gash, all the irony. Mike and Sons Limited was shipped to the moon in this. I reckon, well, I will. Ship to the moon and ship to the bottom of the fucking ocean if that's what you want. Highland Jack said, could you give me an example of a situation where you could use a weapon of self-defense within conflict of the law? Worried about getting done if I ever felt I had to. I'll get you a piece of paper and I'll read it straight to you, mate, because I printed it out the other day. That's my ass was hanging out then, but good luck if you saw that. Just give me a second. Tom Gash, yes. Tom Gash. Right. Well, in your home is a different thing from being out in the street, right? So, are we talking out in the street or in your home? In your home, you can, right, using reasonable force against intruders. You can use reasonable force to protect yourself and others if a crime is taking place inside your home. This means you can protect yourself in the heat of the moment. This includes using an object as a weapon, right? To stop you're allowed to stop an intruder running off, for example, by tackling them to the ground. There's no specific definition of reasonable force, though. This depends on the circumstances. If you only did what you honestly thought was necessary at the time, this would provide strong evidence that you acted within the law. So the things you want to remember here is you want to say, I was extremely scared and threatened for my life. I thought I was going to die. Right? In the heat of the moment, I defended my, don't say you defended it, but in the heat of the moment, I used this. Yeah. And as long as you're not battering someone when they're on the floor afterwards. Oh, and also, you don't need to wait to be attacked, right? You don't have to wait to be attacked before defending yourself in your home. But you could be prosecuted if you carry on an attack, even if you're no longer in danger, or if you pre-plan a trap rather than call the police. I've got a whole thing there of householders and the use of force against intruders. But you can, what you don't want to have shit like baseball bats down the side of your door, though. Because if they find if you say to the police, oh yeah, I kept that down the side of the door, then they'll say, oh, you kept it there to, So I said, Tom Gash, did he have some slasher movies? Drop said, one day, Martha, bang, zoom, straight to the moon. Yeah, straight to the kisser. Evil said, your DVDs that never got delivered. The delivery driver is probably watching them. You bastard, probably is, yes. Oh, God. So it gets his porn DVDs from Pervy Steve, £5 each, and they're still done VHS tapes. What I do, I get the VHSs and I convert them to MPEGs. So it said it would be nice if you could add blank sections to those cards for a solicitor's number. So if you ever do get arrested, you have legal aid. Well, maybe when these are all sold out, I'll adjust them a bit. There is a little bit of room. You got room there for a phone number. You got room there for numbers. Drop said, if there was a strange noise in the woods, I will scream, I'm armed and extremely trigger happy. It was my first day with this one. Oddbod said, I have 135 crossbow. My pistol crossbow is my defense. Mike finally gave us legal aids. I've given you legal aids now. Yes, I'm not a fucking solicitor, though. So, That's just my brother and his son having a fight. Not a serious fight, play fight. What is reasonable force? Anyone can use reasonable force to protect themselves or others, or to carry out an arrest, or to prevent crime. You are not expected to make fine judgments over levels of force you use in the heat of the moment, so long as you only do what you honestly and instinctively believe is necessary in the heat of the moment. So can't say, oh, I was thinking about it and I thought, oh yeah, go for it. Just heat of the moment, almost like you didn't know what you was doing. It just happened. That would be the strongest evidence that you're acting lawfully and in self-defense. This is still a case if you use something to hand as a weapon. Yeah. Saint said you need the entire family on stream one day. I'll do that Christmas Day. They all gradually come on. I will present my PowerPoint. Paper, mate. Paper. That's good enough. What if an intruder dies? If you acted in reasonable defense, as described above, the intruder dies, you will still have acted lawfully. Indeed, there are several cases where the household has not been prosecuted. However, if, for example, having knocked someone unconscious, you then decide to further hurt or kill them to punish them, or you knew the intended intruder and set a trap to hurt or kill them rather than involve the police. Yeah. So don't pre-plan stuff. Don't set traps. Yeah. But you can, and you don't need to. You don't need to wait for them to attack you either. All you got to basically say is, in the heat of the moment, I was absolutely terrified for myself and my family, and I had to, I had to stop them. So don't be a pillock. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But even like I said on Funky Stream the other day, even Tony Martin, right? Tony Martin went to prison. However, I think Tony Martin, he weren't in prison for long, and he set a fucking trap and shot people and killed them and left them to die in his garden. How long did Tony Martin go to prison for? 3 years. Tony Martin got 3 years for waiting for someone who'd continuously burgled his house, and when they came in, shot at both of them, shot one, and left him to die in his back garden. 3 years. That's not a lot. That's nothing for killing someone. That's fucking nothing. And I know people will say he shouldn't ever go to prison, but he shouldn't have really. In the eyes of the law, he shouldn't have laid in wait and set a trap. Essentially, I'm not saying Tony Martin did anything wrong. I'm just saying in the eyes of the law, he did. And trying to get 3 years, that's pretty fucking good. How you doing, Pepe? You right, mate? He said, shit, I'm late. How's it going, mate? Long time no see. Yeah, nice to see you, mate. Jack in the Dan. How you doing, Jack? Tony Martin's gun was unlicensed. Yeah, fuck, that's mental. That's mental, Jack. Cheers for that, Jack. I do appreciate you not giving me the idea for that. How you doing, mate? You right? Yeah, unlicensed. So you think about it, 3 years for that. That's fucking nothing, really, isn't it? That's nothing, really. I wish I could have done the ruler on the card, but it's too difficult to get it right. Simon says, so the kid from Home Alone would have got sent down, yes. Drop said, use the old tried and true American standard of yelling, they're coming right for us. But yeah, you just have to make sure that the police know that you was worried for your life and you just sort of instinctively and in the heat of the moment protected yourself. Yeah, but you can do it, and you can not get, you can kill someone and not get a fucking big sentence, really. 3 years for that's nothing. And as Jack says, an unlicensed gun as well. Yeah. Fall said, I doubt if someone is breaking into my house that they will have told anyone where they are. To accidentally hurt home invaded too much, they're better off not getting caught, in my opinion. They're never going to get found. Pepe said, did anyone, any more news about the crossbow laws? No, nothing yet, mate. Nothing. That might not be for ages yet. Saint said, are they laminated to protect against the rain? They're plastic coated. They are plastic coated. Drop said you could knock them out in the shed. Bury them in the garden. I could knock them out in the shed. Yes, I could. Give me 5 minutes to go find the clip. But yes, you could. Where the fuck is it? Oh, too many clips on there. If you do get an intruder, don't do this to them.
I could knock him out in the shed.
Odd Bod, good night, mate. Eva said you missed everything, Pepe. Mike waxed his legs live. Don't tell him things like that. Jock said you read that. Good night, Odd Bod, Sir Odd Bod. Yeah, you missed it all, Pepe. You missed it all. Yeah, Jack, people are really jumping on them. I thought I'd do one side, so you've probably seen all this anyway, ain't you? One side's the police side, one side's the YouGov side, purely because of what do you call it? Because they're slightly fucking different. Jack said, not bad, Mike. I'll send you my original diagram if you like, of my knife law diagram. I think I know it is. Yeah, go on, Jack, have a look. Yeah, the reason I'll tell you why I did it like that. I thought what it is, the police couldn't argue that it's not legitimate because that is basically a screenshot of their actual website. So it's just more, they just can't fucking argue with it because there's even a link at the bottom to the actual fucking page where that comes from. But yeah, I would have liked to have some kind of ruler on it, but the problem was to make that card, you have to have an image, massive image, that then put down, and to try and get that ruler right once it's on that card, if it's slightly wrong, ain't gonna fucking work properly, is it? But I did think you could get stick on, what's it called? Transparent stick on rulers for a later date. Nicholas, how you doing? You all right? Is it Ellie? Said, nice background, thank you. Pepper said, in a more positive note, I watched Cold Mountain for the first time, the American Civil War movie. Bloody good movie, and I don't like soppy romance movies. I've not seen that. Is that new or old? Eva said, he even. Drop said, damn, just realised it's the 28th. Need to start my knife or I'll miss the contest. Yeah, when did I say it needs? Well, I haven't even started mine yet. When's it going to run out? I can't remember. Next, I'm chilling with my 300 blackout. I don't know what the rest says. Blackout, knock your mama's back out right now and smoke a cigarette. Good. I don't know what you made me read out there, but yes. 15th of April. No. It's May. It's till May. We've got till May. No, because what it is. No, you're all right. It ain't April. It's May. It's not April. It's the 15th of May. You're all right. You've still got a month and a half yet. You got a month and a half. Fuck that. If it ain't, it's gonna be then anyway. Nah, I'll tell you how I remember. It's because I plan. The reason it is that because it'll give me enough time before I see Metallic next, and when I get back, that's when I'll do it. I'll do the video for it. Because I'm going to go and see Metallic not long after my birthday. My birthday's the end of April. So yeah. Ali, by the way, said, can you have guns in the UK? Yes, you can. You can't have all types of guns, but you can have guns. You can have firearms, and you just need a firearms license. But yeah. So until I haven't got the fucking steel yet. Tim said, got most of the bits for my entry, just need the time and dry weather. Yeah, we got ages, and I'll be honest with you. If a load of people aren't ready by the middle of May, I'll just make it longer. That's fine. You know what I mean? So I said, remember the 15th of April doesn't quite have the same thing. It don't. But yeah, remember the 5th of May don't either actually, does it? But yeah. That don't work either. Yeah. 15th of May is the day. Saints, I still can't believe you did a Bowie as the first challenge. Oh, I thought that'd be easy. Don't you start going like Dag. He comes in and says, oh, can't you make something like easy like a dagger? Wait till you make a dagger, you little sod, and then you'll realise, I call him little sod, I have no idea how old Saint is, what he looks like. You know, he can be 6'5" and 50 from all I know. 55. Anyway. Dagger, you got to do like 4 fucking grinding edges. Bowie's alright. Cut that clip off. Shape the blade, put an edge on. Done. Timbo said, no, losing out tonight. Oh, have we really? Fuck's sake. I get no fucking rest. I don't know how that works, but it'd be an extra hour I got to do shit for people. Never ends for me. It never fucking ends. Good night, mate. Good night. Have a good sleep. It's 9 foot 12 year old. He could well be. Pepe said, "Oh, when you make your own knives, are you able to get them razor sharp, like a new bought hunting knife? How do you do it? Well, you can. I don't tend to get them that sharp though, just because I just can't be asked. I get them sharp enough that they'll cut leather, and they'll cut, but I get them so they're not quite paper cutting sharp, which means they're not razor sharp. They won't cut hair, but I've never needed a knife that sharp really. But you can, and how I would do that is on a four-sided diamond grit sharpener. Do the four sides of that up to the highest grit, and then go onto a stone and then a strop. Yeah. So I'm old enough to buy alcohol. Just depends if the dickhead shop workers want to do a 25 verification thing. There you go. There you go. Ellie said, I remember seeing a documentary about the epidemic of acid attacks in London. They solved the problem. Well, they made it so before, it was always illegal to do acid attacks, obviously. But what they did, they made it illegal to carry acids about. I think they made it more difficult to buy acids. And if you do an acid attack, you're getting like 25 years in prison or something like that. I know it's very, very harsh sentencing, which I agree with. I've always thought, because the thing is, acid attacks and like biting like someone's nose off, right? So if you bit someone's nose off or a massive chunk out their face and they was disfigured for the rest of their life, you get a GBH sentence for that, which can be like a lot, but you could basically disfigure someone for the rest of their life and do about 7 years in prison, which I don't think is acceptable for completely disfiguring someone for the rest of their life. If you completely disfigure someone for the rest of their life, I think you should go in prison for the rest of your life, because that, especially like women, that affects them for their whole life, and never get over that properly. Some people wouldn't, you know what I mean? So what they did, they changed the laws to that, so it's a lot more harsh now. But yeah, you could get like, a stupidly mild sentence, really, for what it is. Pocket sand, yes. Evil said, I'm old enough to buy alcohol, but I still get ID checked outside shops that know me. I've never been ID'd, ever, because when I was young enough to buy booze, there weren't really IDs anyway. You only had you have to have a driving license to have an ID. So, you know what I mean? Well, same as now, isn't it? But anyway, I've never been ID'd ever. Not because I looked old enough, but they either knew I weren't, or yeah. Pepe said they asked me for ID when I was buying a lighter, and I have a full beard now. Saint said they strengthened the laws on acids that are over 10% or something. Jack said, have you heard anything from Basmite? No, I haven't. No, not for a while. Have you not either? Thing is, I've been getting confused because I thought I was talking to him. Because I think, like people change their name and that. I thought I was still talking to him because someone came on with a name that I was positive was one of his accounts. And I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So maybe I'll have to email him or something. Because I know you've got his number in that, haven't you? But yeah, maybe I'll have to email him or something. But no, I haven't heard from him for ages. Ages and ages. However, as I said, I thought I'd been talking to him for ages, and then it turned out it weren't. Saint said corner shops don't give a fuck. Let's all be brutally honest. Well, it depends. It depends, because I used to. Well, it depends where you live and how much people know you. Because up my village, I couldn't buy any booze when I was younger because the police had been around every shop and told my mum and said don't serve them booze until they're 18. So no shop in my village or the local ones would serve me booze. I remember the day of my 18th birthday going in the off license and the woman being up really excited. The woman was in there legally buying booze. It was fucking hilarious. She was more excited than we were. Didn't have to walk like 4 miles to get booze. We used to have to walk for about 4 miles to get our booze. And in that shop, he didn't give a fuck. He even knew our names. It was weird because we'd never told him our names. And what you had to do, you had to wait until no one was in that shop. And then he'd go, oh, yes, come over here, Michael. Want some Tenant Super? Sorry, I'm putting an accent on there. And then get a can of Tenant Super and a can of fucking Strongbow. You know, it was like fucking 15 at the time. Yeah. How he knew our names. And then we got caught once, and because we didn't want to grass him up, we said we'd bought booze from another shop. And the fucking police went round that shop and told them that we'd said we'd been buying booze there, not to fucking sell it us anymore. And then that shopkeeper then like got funny about it and barred us from going in there. Yeah. We didn't buy booze in there anyway, but yeah. No, Strongbow Super, which was 7.5%, and Tenant Super, which was 9%. Jack said, I lost my phone. I have no numbers in it, Mike. Just a burner phone. All right. I shall, I'll try and message him or something. Yeah, because I thought I'd been talking to him. As I said, Jack, I genuinely thought he'd been coming on talking. But, what do I prefer out of Strongbow or Guinness? Probably Strongbow. It's stronger, so I'm more likely to drink it. I've never been massive. I'll drink Guinness, but I'm not a massive fan of Guinness. I've been pissed on. I've drunk and I've had like I've found Guinness. Finders keepers and drunk it and got pissed on Guinness. But I don't know. It's not something I'll choose to drink to get drunk on. I mean, I'll try and message him or something, Jack. Yeah. I'll be honest, I thought the bloke who comes on here called Raoul Duke was Baz, but I'm pretty sure it ain't. Dropped Baz Heineken. Pepper said, all those stupid licenses, just found out you need a license to brew spirits. Yeah, to what's it called? Distill. Yeah. Spirits. Was going to make my own moonshine. Well, I think you can make moonshine, can't you, without a license? You're not allowed to, you have to sell it. No, I can't remember now because it's not something I may be wrong about that. But you can make strong alcohol up to 21%. To make it any stronger, you need to distill it somehow. Patrick, how you doing? He says, I don't have any of them. I'm not going to read that. No, I don't. Johnson, I wish I could get red Heineken here. What's red Heineken? What's red Heineken? Nice. All right. Might be too late now. All right. Well, I was like, red Heineken. Red Heineken. All right. What's the difference to that? Is it strong? Never seen that. Talking of booze, that was because I said I was fighting sobriety tonight. I have got some booze, and I'd asked Malcolm if there was any down in like the lorries. He said there is. I might stay off it though, because I've got shit to do. I've done all right so far. Saint said, and it doesn't have a community full of knobheads, unlike Guinness. Yeah, I still don't know what Red Guinness is. Coffee break and what happens to us. Either if you would like a film quiz, I can do a film quiz. But I forgot because I was too busy because I was getting so many fucking pings with these fucking cards. Freeze the alcohol and drip it into another container until only water ice is left in the original container. Yeah, that's freeze distilling, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Best Tom Hanks movie that I've seen or out there. Best Tom Hanks movie would be Green Mile. Green Mile or Road to Perdition, but Green Mile's better. So this card, Pepe, is a card that has the legal carry laws from the actual websites on one side and the highlighted bit you need to see, website at the bottom. So if you carry a legal carry knife and you get stopped by anyone or someone sees the knife and says that's not legal, you can get this card out and you can go, okay, well, there's the actual rules from the police and the government website. And I also sell it. You can buy these, Pepe. There's a ruler there that comes with it. You can even show them that it's legal. They've all said splash for Tom Hanks film. Yeah. Green Mile. Simon, how you doing, mate? Yeah, they're for sale right now. Here's the link. You can thank Jack of the Dump for the very first ideas for that. And he sort of passed that on to me. He said I should make them. And then Persia came up with the idea of getting some rulers as well. Jack said, all right. Well, we're sorry I forgot most of YouTube people now. That's Richard. I don't know if you know, Jack. So that's Richard. Richard, what was your old name? Richard Weaponsmith. That's Richard Weaponsmith. He's changed his name as well. Yeah, that's Richard Weaponsmith. You know Richard. Yeah. The problem is half of everyone's names come up different as well now. Anyone else bought those leather strops? I might have sold one. I can't remember, Saint. I've definitely sold one, but I haven't really advertised them properly yet. And I've sold one of them, 10 of them cards tonight, and the rulers, and 2 of the cards on their own. No, you ain't the only sad fucker. I haven't done a video on them yet, have I? I need to do a proper video on them. Sorry, I'm thinking to myself now about booze. It's probably when you keep talking about it. I've been contemplating it all night, but thinking, shall I? And my thing was if I was gonna, was whether there was some in the lorry, so there'd be enough. Because there's no point me drinking unless there's enough. But I said I wouldn't. I probably won't. I've got shit to do tomorrow. I got to make some rulers. Thanks to seeing booze is off limits like food tonight. Well, we've already been talking about booze, haven't we? That doesn't matter. Well, it is what it is. He said, yeah, my channel is still Richard Smith. Just my other unique handle is RS Archery thing. Yeah, so what's everyone up to tomorrow? As I said, I've got to make some rulers. I ain't got to make them, but I need to mod them so that they're right. What else? I would have watched some fucking films. Yeah, when Evil gets back, we'll do a little bit of a film quiz if you want. What else have I done today? I watched I watched a good hour or two of Femio's, whatever her name is, ripping the piss out of you know who. I'll give you a clue if you don't know. For those who don't know, this person is now getting the rightful absolute piss ripped out of them by hang on, just give me a second to find the videos. By someone online.
Are you kidding me? That is crazy.
Oh, I better not play that too much. I might get sued. Simon said, Would it help if we talked about porn mags again? Well, I can do it. We can talk about porn mags. Pepe. He said, watch Cold Mountain. It's got an albino bad guy that does backflips. Nice. Is it the same albino bad guy from Vamp, though? Richard said, Femio's has seen the AI of him with the Latino chicks. Probably. Oh, you're saying they have, yeah. Evil, right. Evil, would you like a film quiz for a little bit? Here's the question. Who would like a little bit of a film quiz just for a bit? Let me know. You've never seen Vamp? Pepe, that's like a must-see. Find Vamp and watch it as soon as possible. So that's Fall and Evil saying yes. If we get 5 yeses, we'll do a bit of a film quiz. Pepe, that's 3. No's don't count, by the way. Just yeses. So it said, Rich, I just subbed your other channel. Did you delete loads of old videos? I could have thought you had loads. Yeah, he deleted some. You can, and if you really want to have the film quiz, you're allowed to put yes twice to make it up to 5. Right, one more, and we should play a game. I must have wrong thing. Has there been 5 yeses yet? Penny said, Cold Mountain, I'm back. Penny, would you like a film quiz? Eva said, all no's are immediately counted as yeses. Simon said, yeah. Is it? I could do a porn movie quiz. I will include some porn in the film quiz. Yes, I will. Okay. First question. Hang on, let's just check these questions quickly. Not questions, comments. Ray said, yeah, took everything off while I was starting a new channel. So, okay. Which porn star? This will be porn and film related, okay? Which porn star is mentioned in a Bloodhound Gang song? Okay, go. You want porn? I'll give you porn. Come on. David does that. Wrong answer. I'll get a piece of paper to see who wins this, by the way. Bloodhound Gang did a song about porn star. Who was it? Not Do It Like Mammals, no. No. Not Ron Jeremy, no. Although I think Ron Jeremy may have been, with this one. Give up if you don't know. Right. The answer is Chasey Lane. Right? Chasey Lane. Hello, Persia. Right. Name 3 films made by John Carpenter that Kurt Russell is in. Saint said, "Would love to see some metalworking videos, Rich, if you've got any up." Name 3 films, 3 John Carpenter films that Kurt Russell's been in. As far as I'm aware, he's been in more than 3. So you only have to get 3 of them. 3 of at least 4. Oh, it's fucking easy. Right, that's 1, Penny. Quickly, get some more in. Big Tom and Little Turner, The Thing, Escape from New York. Right, Persio got the points for that. Persio got the points for that. Okay. Pepe was right as well. Simon only had 2. You gotta get in there quicker. Here's an easy one for you. Name 3 Stephen King films. Richard Saint could do something with the Coal Forge. My induction forwards let the magic smoke out and not working. Kurt the Wrestler, and Wrestling. 3 of them. I need three Stephen King films. See if Full gets in there with one more. Oh no, Carrie It Shining. Okay, Full. That was Full. Full got that one. Okay. Okay. Which actor stars in a John Carpenter film and also Event Horizon? And also and he's in one of Jurassic Park films. Which actor is in the Jurassic Park films, a John Carpenter film, and Event Horizon? Penny is right. Samuel, yes. If these are a bit difficult, I can go a little bit easier. What was the first unofficial rom-com? Unofficial. But the proper one. The official romantic zombie comedy. Which was the first one ever? That I know of, anyway. I may be wrong. One Night in Paris. No. Not Night of the Living Dead, no. Not Warm Bodies, as far as I know, but Pepe could be right. But I don't know. Not Necromantic either. It's not zombies in that. Not The Thing. I fucking say this all the time. Thank you, Persia. No, reason Bob say no. It was Brain Dead. Brain Dead 100% definitely has a romantic element to it. And it's zombies. And it's a comedy. Okay. Thank you, Persia. What Stephen King film features the line Outlander? Outlander. Outlander. Fucking Rita's from Bob too. Yeah, Brain Dead, Gavin. Yeah, that's not the answer, but yes, great film. Hang on. Nightmare on Elm Street, yes. Persia said it twice. That meant, wait, got it wrong. Oh, I did. Yeah, sorry, Persia. Yeah, you got it ages ago. Yeah, you got it ages ago, mate. Yes. Yes, you got it ages ago. Snooze fest, Chris. You piss off, Rich. That's why I'm not talking about bows. Time traveling twat. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Not Graveyard Shift. No, Outlander. Outlander. I'll give you a clue. It's kids saying it. It's kids saying it. Not the Tommy Knockers, no. Losing all the views here. Not the Tommy Knockers. There's about 16 fucking sequels to it. There's at least 7 sequels to this film, though. Nearly all of them are shit. And it's Children of the Corn. Thank you, Penny. Yes. Right. Not Pet Cemetery. Going to what's better, Night of the Living Dead or the remake? I think they're both good in their own way. The original's a classic, but the remake was done with the sort of like George Romero actually asked Tom Savini to make that, so it's like George Romero's remake anyway. Really, he said he didn't want to direct it. What film is the opposite of Live Soft? Live Soft. Opposite. The opposite of Live Soft. Yes, that was. Hang on, let me scroll up because you all got that one. That was Fool who got that one. Is that both of you two doing them? I'll just write them down as Fool anyway. That was, yeah, Fool got that one right. Right. End erect. What film and its remake star Jeff Bridges and John Wayne? Fool is busy. Well, Penny and Fool. No, Penny got that one right, but the first person to get it right was definitely Fool, though. Yeah, Penny got it right. Pepper got that one right. Persia got that right. Penny got that one right. Yes, that was True Grit. Yes. Where are we? Where are we? Since I've got to get ones that you'd actually get. What film has a remake with? So I want to know the. I want to name. No, that won't work. Who stars in the original film that was remade with Tom Hardy? That could technically be a few films. He's been in a few remakes. Or not necessarily remake. It may not be a remake. It may be a sequel. So actually, I'll take either answer because I may have fucked up the question there. Not Venom. Not what I was thinking of. Not the brothers. The brothers from Spandau Ballet. They play. I'll give you that because I realised he technically it's not a remake, is it? Really, it's just another version about the craze. And also, the other film was Mad Max, which ain't a fucking this isn't a fucking thing. So I'll give that to Persia. The answer would have been Mad Max or the craze. Persia had written down though. Yeah, the brothers from Spandau Ballet, which is acceptable. And he wrote the craze. Okay. I had a fucking good one then. I can't remember what it was. What film? Okay, two answers to this. This is a good one. This is the good question. Malcolm McDowell has been in two films that I know of that have been banned at various times. What are they? What are the two films, or what are at least two films that Malcolm McDowell has been in that have been banned in some form or another? I think that's a good question. I'm not going to say nothing until both names are on the screen by the same person, either. Yes. So, Penny, you was right with the first one. It was A Clockwork Orange and Caligula. Yes, Caligula was right. Right, that's Persia, wasn't it? Yeah. It was Clockwork Orange and Caligula. What film stars Jack Nicholson and someone chucking a sink through a window? And we want some porno ones, don't we? Yeah. I forgot about the porn ones. Yes. What film has Jack Nicholson in and someone chucking a sink through a window? Persia is on fire tonight. Yes. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. Who drinks a Vespa? Who drinks a Vespa? Who invents a Vespa? As in the drink. Oh shit, what's happened there? All the comments just disappeared. Who drinks and invents the drink Vespa? The Vespa. Simon, correct answer. Okay. Yeah, 007. In which film does a man get tattoos on his body? I think it's tattoos because he can't remember stuff. Penny, yeah, Memento. And, okay, apart from Memento, name me three Guy Pearce. Here's Guy Pearce. Three Guy Pearce films. Three Guy Pearce films. There's Guy Pearce, isn't it? Don't watch Memento. Name me three Guy Pearce films. And you'll get extra points if you can name the one that I'm thinking of. If you name one of the ones I'm thinking of, I'll give you extra points. No clues though. No clues. Come on, Guy Pearce. We all know Guy Pearce is. Maybe we don't. Is he in Iron Man 3? I don't know. I'm going to have to just take your word for that, Versio. I'm going to have to take your word for that. Keep answering, everyone, though. Ignore. So the ones that Persio wrote, don't write those down. Hang on. Memento don't count either. Memento don't count. You've got to put another one on quick, Persio. Someone's going to beat you to it. But if someone keep writing, what's it called? It's Guy Pearce films, because if you get the right one, you get an extra point. Persia technically only done two because Memento don't count. Okay, there's your point, Persia. You did get your point now. Ain't in any of them drops. Ain't in any of them. Not Lawless, no, that's not what I was thinking of. I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a fucking clue, right? I looked down there, and that's where I got inspiration for the film I'm thinking of. If you know my room well enough, you'll know what kind of film is down there. Up there, sci-fis. Up there, horrors. Up there, gangster films. Down there, something else. That's not one of the ones I said. Good answer, Simon, but not what I was thinking of. Not Man and Les, not Mrs. Doubtfire. No. Not Brimstone, not LA Story. No, that's quite a good film, that, though. No. Down there happens to be Westerns. And although this film isn't a Western, it sort of is a Western. I'll give you a clue. It has Ray Winston in it as well. No, not LA Confidential. It's the closest thing you could get to a Western if a Western was set in Australia. But, you know, they're very much in, you know, it's Western times in Australia instead. But, you know, it's like they dress like cowboys, look like cowboys, shoot guns like cowboys. So it's essentially an Australian Western. You give up. Contest is older than my attention span. If people are dying and they want me to stop, I can stop in a bit. The answer to that one was The Proposition. Okay? No, The Proposition. It was like an Australian Western. Okay. Name me a film that has Robert De Niro in it and Al Pacino that isn't The Godfather or Heat. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro that isn't Godfather, isn't Heat. There's a fucking question for you. Stop it, get some. Isn't Heat. Heat's not allowed. Godfather's not allowed. Don't know how popular this film was. Are they both in Casino? Are they both in Casino? I'm not sure. See now, okay, you're not putting the one. If you can confirm, if someone can confirm it is Casino or whatever Andy said. Once Upon a Time in New York. No, I don't think they're both in that. No. No. The property, you would have been right, Andy. You would have been right. Righteous kill. Nice one, full. Yes, evil. Correct. Right. In what film, this is a spoiler by the way, in what film does Michael Caine get shot in the back of a shotgun, and also there's a remake of it with Sylvester Stallone, which I've never seen. Hello, Crack and Grind. How you doing, mate? He also says the line along the lines of, "You're a big man, but you're not in shape." Not quite, Penny. Not quite. Yes. Right, nice, Penny, yes. Get Carter, yes. Alright, where are we? Yep, get Carter's the answer. I will stop in a minute because some people are probably dying. All right. There's a film starring Tim Roth, and part of this film is directed by Quentin Tarantino. However, part of this film is also directed by Robert Rodriguez. Part of this film is also directed by someone else. Part of this film is also directed by someone else, but I can't remember who the other two are. What is the name of the film? Yes, Michael Caine is Carter in the first one. Yes, exactly, Penny, exactly. Yes. Not Death Race, no. I'll give you a clue, though. There was a clue about the four directors. It's four directors of this film. Because there's four segments in it, essentially. Although it's one film with four. I'm going to give you a little clue. It'll be part of what I say, so listen very carefully. I say this only twice. This film has four segments in it. Each of these segments are set in a different room. Each of these has a different. Thank you, Paul. Yes, 4 rooms. Name the original film that Ethan Hawke was in a remake of. You can name the remake, but I want it's the same film. Ethan Hawke was in the remake. What's the film? No, the fuck, I can't remember. I know this and I can't remember. Woman has a machine gun for a leg. No, that's Planet Terror. No, it was 4 rooms. So listen very carefully. I should say it's just only once. Yes, not Inception. I forgot what the question was now. Oh, Ethan Hawke is in the remake of a John Carpenter film. What is it? But I'm not talking about that shitty remake. I'm talking about the original. Where are we? So Robert De Niro was in a movie with Gerard Depardieu where they both had a hand job at the same time on a bed with an actress. Good for them. Did it really happen though? Maybe he technically was in the remake of Hamlet. Fair enough. No, not vampire movie, not The Thing. It's a John Carpenter film though. One of John Carpenter's classics. Oh Christ! Not Blade Runner. That's not a fucking John Carpenter film. Come on, it's easy. Ethan Hawke is in a remake of a John Carpenter classic, Assault on Precinct 13. Yes. All right. We'll do a couple more. Where are we? Right. What is it called? Oh, fuck, I forgot his name. Name me the quite early on Russell Crowe film where he has a tattoo on his arm. Maybe his first film. Russell Crowe's first film. Maybe. He definitely has a tattoo on his arm. That was 1 second away. What porn stars in Blade Runner? Oh, I don't know. Not Gladiator, no. Romper Stomper. Pepper's right. Romper Stomper. Yeah, Romper Stomper. Straight go. Do you know the horror film that the actor from Billy Elliot was in quite early on in his career? So do you know who Billy Elliot is? He was in a horror film. It's a World War I horror film. Set in the trenches. What was that called? What's that actor's name? I can't remember his name now. Not Soldier. Fuck's his name? I'll give you a point if you tell me his name. Pepe's right. Death Watch, yes. No, it was Death Watch. It was Death Watch. What was Peter Jackson's first film? First proper full-length film. Bad Taste, yes. Yeah. What film is based on the character? Not character. So what film is based on the real life person known as Liver Eating Johnson? And then I'll do a couple of porn ones if I can think of them. I forgot what that last one was now. I can't remember what the question was already. It's gone out of my head. What the fuck was the question? I've forgot the question. I forgot the fucking question now. Fuck's sake. Oh, Liver Eating Johnson. Yes, Liver Eating Johnson. Who's that? But what's the film that's based on? So that's a real person. That's a real person. What's the film called? Thanks. Said going off camping next weekend. Bring a tent. I've never even unpacked. Should I try and figure out at work tomorrow. I'll just be lazy and let the future me stress out. I would say put it up first in your garden. It does make your life easier if you know how to do it. If it's raining or some shit like that, you don't want to fuck about. I'll spoil that one. It was Jeremiah Johnson. Jeremiah Johnson. Okay. Last one. What film is Michael Myers in? Originally. Put it up first, I'd say. Good night, Saint, by the way, if you're going off. See you later, mate. Hope your camping goes well. Fraser, whatever you do, don't try to put the tent up by yourself. You end up in hospital. Up yourself, yes. Thank you for Lego. All right. Oh, well done. Nothing. One of those tents that rely purely on tension in the ground pegs. Yeah. So yeah, well, I'll give you next point for that, fault. Leave it. I might have accidentally forgot to. No, I don't. I think Pepe kept getting beaten to the draw. He knew them. In last place is Simon with 1. Second place is Pepe with 2. In joint second place is Evil and Penny. And in first place, Pergio. Congratulations, Pergio. I ain't muted myself, have I? Now everyone else can hear. Can you hear me? They can hear me. Galloway. Sound back. Persia, you won. Simon came last, then it was Pepe. Fool and Evil and Penny got the same, and then you won. Congratulations. I still ain't got a congratulations clip, so I shall play this for us.
I've always respected you.
I've never been fond of you.
Cheers.
And when I was younger, I could have taken you any time.
Yeah, you did quite well there, Persia. No, okay. In the order that I'm seeing the comments, so this is the thing. Maybe Persia didn't win. I don't know. But in the order I'm seeing the comments, which are what's on here, I wrote down, as they came, and yeah. A lot of the time, it's just being quick enough on the fucking thing to get it right. And I did go a bit obscure there, but I tried not to be too bad. So I need to re-waterproof this tent. Fuck knows how someone does it. Get some waterproof spray and just spray the joints. That's all you need to do. That is all you need to do. I even had to take the dog out. Video game quiz. Well, maybe not tonight. Maybe not, because the problem is I would be up for that, Pepe. I'd definitely up for that, but I don't know how much of everyone else plays games. You know what I mean? Yeah. But maybe not tonight. Maybe I'll try and do that for another one. Or Metallic the Cavern super fast alien broadband. Yeah, and she's actually getting them before I finish the question. Yes. But home bargain selling aerosol waterproofing for £3. That's what I've got. I keep it in with my tent so that every time I go camping, I spray it on again. Don't forget, you can buy your cards for your legal carry knives. There's been quite a few sold tonight. And also you can get your entries in for winning a crossbow. But maybe I'll try and think of a computer game one. I'll write questions down next time. Though I'll try and. The problem is I was gonna tonight, and then it was the usual 5 minutes before I started the live stream. I remembered. Well, then also what I do, I won't bother tonight, I doubt, but I'll get you lot to buy me some. Not buy me some. I was reading the comment. I'll get you lot to do some questions for me as well, because I quite enjoy answering them. Cheers, Beach. Yeah, they've been selling really well. Right, that's quiz over. I'll play the video so we know it's officially over. Okay, where are we?
Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
That's not a Mandela effect that in the film there's more to it than that, because I cut some of that out. Make it a bit shorter. Thanks, and I love whenever you do these premiere lives. You're always like 5 minutes late. I want the ones where you can, chat while, well, I'm always fucking late. I'm always late. Go back to the old Umarex air javelin, CO2. Oh, nice. Yes. I don't know if when they do the crossbow ban, or their crossbow licensing, sorry, if they'll still be like classed as a crossbow, because they're not really. Are they? It's an air bow, isn't it? Is it, what are they called? They're not called air crossbows, are they? Lucky now. Yes, pleasure. He said, email to join in the Not Forced in Fire. Send Mike an email for the details. Yes. And there's a video for it as well if you want to. You can win the knife that I make. Even if I win, I won't win anyway because I'm going to do it so that I can't, in a way. I won't be able, because when I do the pick the best knife for the public, I won't put mine in it. So, yeah. Simon said, Mike, on average, how long did it take to make an episode of Spy Files? Fucking ages, months. It depends. See, some of them was literally months, like months of work. But if you cut out the days of, I don't know, if I worked solidly on them every day, filming, editing, probably a good couple of weeks. It'll take me if that's all I did. So get up, film, edit, probably at least 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks of like all day work. And I mean, when I say all day, I mean getting up at like 9, working till 11 at night. Yeah, a good 2 or 3 weeks, I think. There's more to them. It's the thing is, there's a lot of work in them because sometimes just trying to find a song that fits the right bit can take a good 2 or 3 hours, or even just fucking 10 seconds of a song that fits in right for how you want it to feel. But one quick one for Mike. You should know this since you showed me the cover once. What game stars the character Heather Mason? That's what I don't know. Oh, one of the Silent Hills. One of Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill 3, I think. I don't know. George, I noticed the Wizard of Oz thing before the Mandela situation happened. Mandela effect needs a new name. Yeah, it does. But he said, got some HSS drills today. Yeah, that's a must. Coban, he said, I bought you Smith & Wesson BB gun made in Taiwan. Nice. Struggling to enter the Mancong. What's happening, Andy? Why can't you join in? Andy, all you need is if you send me an email, I'll send you my PayPal and you can just pay it like that if you want. What's Silent Hill 3? Nice. That took me a while. Yeah. So it said, editing and looking at the same frame for hours must get old after a while. Well, this is the thing, right? And this is partly why I love my fucked up brain, right? I have seen the Spyroverse episodes at least a fucking 100 times each while I'm making them. You know what I mean? I still enjoy them and I still watch them like they're fucking new every time. And it's not because I can't remember them, but my brain just, for watching stuff, it just like, I can watch it again like it's new. So yeah, it does get a bit much, but I don't know, it still don't bother me and I can still watch it afterwards and enjoy it. And still fucking, part of it though is knowing I made it. And I don't, I'm not bothered if anyone likes it or not. Well, I am, but you know what I mean? But I find it quite an accomplishment to have done it. And I enjoy it, and I find it funny as well, still, which is good, yeah. When's the spin-off books coming out? Yeah, well, I want to do a pop-up book where you get out and the Cream Crack Cock comes out, yeah. When is the Spider-Verse spin-off book's coming out? Yeah, Nasty Desmonds. No. We'll do a pop-up book where, you know, True Cops coming out, yeah, stuff like that, and like, you know, Spygraphs. But yeah, I am, by the way, I have started episode 1 of series 2. But it took me a day, basically, to do a fucking picture like a couple of weeks ago. So I stopped for a bit because it was getting really stressful. Because for series 2, I'm going to change the title sequences a little bit. What I'm going to do, so the title sequence will be pretty much the same, but there's going to be a couple of added elements to it. So it'll still have all the classic bits, but yeah. But yeah, it took me fucking... I haven't finished it. Basically, I was making a wanted poster for a Desmond, but this wanted poster is pretty much exactly... It's doing shit less. It's going to extreme details that makes it take so long. I don't need to do this, but I am making a wanted poster that's exactly the same as a real FBI wanted poster, apart from it's a shit wanted poster. It's everything's the same. The whole entire setup is exactly the same as an official FBI wanted poster. Now, I don't need to waste my time doing that. It would still work if I didn't. However, I like to do shit like that, where I make it exactly the same, because my brain I find that funnier, that I've made an exact copy of an FBI fucking wanted poster, rather than just knocking one up or getting AI to do it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm said always thinking of things like lines and scenes that you would like to change in the Spirals. Well, there's a couple of bits I would take out, because I think there's a couple of scenes that run too long, but that's fine. But most of the time I'm happy with it. There's just every now there's like two scenes in. I think when you re-watch Metallic's DC Hadafuse montage, it's too long. It's nearly 7 minutes long for a montage. It's way too long. However, it's okay the first time you watch it. When you watch it multiple times, it gets too long, I think. And there's a couple of extra scenes in the 4th episode in the caves that were repeated, but that was just because we wanted everything we filmed in that, basically. But that could be taken out. Other than that, no. But there's always bits. There are bits I'd like to add, but what I do, I have a whole entire book of stuff that I write down. So I came up with an idea the other day. I'm going to do a Batman parody episode where I have to do some kind of Batman theme, and that episode is going to be called Gotham. It's not Gotham. It's going to be called Gotham, and it's going to involve someone who keeps farting and dressing up as Batman. So yeah. Completely ridiculous, but there's going to be a Batman parody called Gotham. And that just came to me the other day when me and Metallic was talking to each other. And she said Gotham, and it sounded to me like she said Gotham. And I thought Gotham, you know, a farting themed Batman episode. There you go. A million ideas could come from just that. Ideas are always fucking going on in my head. And I will ask you, like, when these episodes come up, I'll ask you, like, to give me ideas for them. So don't go too mad tonight. I'm twat, man, yes. Don't go too mad with the ideas tonight about these things I mentioned, because we'll get them another night. So I come up with a good idea about someone stuttering, keep going, see, and I get scared because I think they're saying see, and I go pull a gun out on them. But what they're not really. They're going to say see that sort of thing. There's a whole scene for that. But yeah, I'm always thinking about the Spyverse stuff. Always. And also, I have a whole book on it. Drop said titles would absolutely not look like opening to the X-Files. I think I keep the titles how they are, but yeah. Did you cut the scenes where you followed the evidence to the nudist colony on the cutting room floor, or would that include them in the director's cut? Well, I'm pretty sure me and Matat was going on about somewhere. We was going somewhere that, or is it Persio? That is there a nudist beach near you? You write, put it on the. There's a whole thing on Discord to write things down on Persio. You know that. Pepe said, I remember mock-up, cover-up. I'll explain the whole scene if you want, Paz. I'll explain the scene. So, what it is, I've got it written down. So I need to be talking to someone at a desk who's essentially, the scene will be I'm talking to, I can't what they're called, a bloke who runs a hotel or a motel or a B&B type thing, right? I'm talking to him, this hotel bloke, and he needs to say something along the lines of, this was my idea. He says something along the lines of, if you keep talking to me like that, you're going to get a C, and then whatever he would say, because it's got to be something C, and then something beginning with C. You know what I mean? Something along those lines, because I think he's threatening me with a CCC. You know, if you keep saying that, you're going to get a CCC. So I pull my gun out, and then he says, you know, a cease and desist letter or some shit, you know. That's the idea for that scene. Peppo said, I remember the mock-up cover you made. Would be funny if you could put on the age rating description something along the lines of contains strong nudity and this fucking I can't say it. Well, it does say something like that. The Gotham shitty sloughs. Can Jonathan make an appearance? Yes. Is Metallic going to be Ivy, Coffee, and Justin be a villain and kick his teeth in? I wish. Oh, Jonathan will always be in it. It's got to be C, though, so it's got to be CCC for Crinkle Cut Cox. It's got to be CCC. Can't be SSS. It's got to be, or It's got to be, 100% has to be CCC. So I think he's threatening me with a CCC. Right? Is it too far to have the bad guy called the diddler? Yeah. Well, don't quite work though, Pete. CCC serious. That's what I mean. It's got to be something. It's got to be CCC and then something beginning with C. That's the only thing. Because you say the C and it makes it sound like you want to say something with S, but then it don't work. So it's got to be. You don't keep talking like that. You're going to get a CC or something. Yeah. I haven't thought what the thing would be yet. Where is the DVD cover? I don't know where the DVD is at the minute. But the DVD covers are done. Well, also it's got, because, well, you get CCC course. I suppose that would, the thing, it don't sort of rhyme though, does it? A CCC caution of it, because it's got to be, he's stuttering the word CCC. It could be an S. It could be an S if it was CCC. See what I mean? But it's got to be. Remember, he's stuttering. So chocolate chip cookie wouldn't work because you wouldn't go CCC chocolate chip cookie. It's got to be CCC. See what I mean? CCC cease and desist. CCC see him over there. Do you know what I mean? Don't necessarily have to be a C, but it's got to go with the CCC because he's stuttering. He's not saying, because the point is he's not saying CCC. He's not saying to me CCC. I think he's threatening me with a CCC. Yeah. CCC Celator. That would work. Yeah. But it's got to be along the lines. I'm talking to him, and maybe I'm threatening him a bit, and then he says, you know, don't talk to me like that, you know, or something. CCC my playmate. Yeah, maybe, but yeah, he's stuttering. Yeah. But then CCC crinkle cut chip wouldn't write. It don't work there, does it? Because you'd be saying cr for that. If you were stuttering crinkle, you'd be going crinkle, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be going CCC. You know what I mean? There's got to be something that works. That works in theory in writing it down, but no, saying it out loud. It's got to be something CCC. Senior, yeah, yeah. You don't get it. Well, I think you do. Anyway, I don't need this yet. Bird said one of the guys I worked with had a stroke, and one of the nicknames he picked up was the Dribbler. Can't judge me. That doesn't surprise me, though. Yeah, C over there. Yes. Yeah. You, Jimmy. Maybe I have got. Maybe I could get a ginger wig, and he could be Scottish, and he'd go you, Jimmy. Yeah, gonna nut you in a minute, or whatever Jimmy from fucking Russ Abbott does. But yeah, see, the ideas are coming. Hey, then Lee, right, mate? Yeah. Seaside scenery. Well, don't necessarily have to be three things. It just whatever he's starting with the CCC goes into a proper word that starts with the syllables, whatever, C. Don't have to be three things. Yeah. See that bastard over there. You know, anything. The hotelier eating a plate of crinkle cut chips or crisps would be a good visual gag. Yes. 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 That would work. That would work. By the way, I think for the majority of this first episode, this is going to, because all of the episodes are slightly different. Yes, see you next Tuesday. Yes, that's quite a good one. For 90% of this episode, I think I'm going to do all the characters myself, just for this one, just so I can get it done as quick as possible. But I'll still have people's ideas, and if I need stuff, I'll ask people. But I might try and just get this one done quick, because this one should only involve like 3 different rooms, because a lot of it's going to be like not one room scene, but you know, I've got some good visual gags for it already, I think. Well, I don't want to tell you. So I said, people who do tend to start listing things though, so they can get the word they want. Yeah. But you know, just think about if you were stuttering. Think about how that would work. It certainly wouldn't go CCC crinkle cut cock, would it? You know what I mean? That doesn't mean anything at all. Like it does, but it doesn't, not in that phrase. Fucking have you my fingers then? Yeah, CCC seaside holiday. Yes. But what it is, I'm talking to him, and I need to think he's threatening me with a crinkle cut cock. So he says something to me like, "Don't keep saying that. You're going to get a CCC," which makes me pull my gun out because I think he's threatening me. And then he says, "No, I mean, you know, work that out, surely." I mean, see, yeah. Well, if you could work out a way that he's going, you know, you can't be here now. You're gonna have to CCC. You can't be here now. You could make that into a threat somehow. You can't be here now. But yeah, but you get it, don't you? My character needs to think he's threatening me with a CCC, which is crinkle cut cock. People keep writing CCC words, and it just, yeah. Chili don't work. County don't work. County is not a C. Sinus CCC sinus infection would work. That would work. That would work. It's a play on words. You don't make things very difficult sometimes. Persia, I'm glad you get it there. I'm questioning. I can't tell you too much because I'll give away the plot. But I am talking to a hotelier, a receptionist at a hotel. I need to investigate a room. They won't let me in. They don't know who I am. I'm shit. And at one point, he says something along the line. That's a situation for trespassing. So that's what it is. I need to investigate this room, and they won't let me. And at some point, they need to say something like, you know, can't go up there. If you do, you're going to get a CCC. Yeah. Some. It'll come. It'll come. But I don't want to say too much of. I don't want to say too much about the episode. But I think I'm going to do most of the characters for this because I bought a couple of beards and wigs and shit. And if I get beards that you can't see my mouth move, I can do the acting and get you lot to do the voices still. So if people want to do the voices, you can. Yeah, C count. Not quite. Not quite. Also, what I'll do, some of it I'll just film myself from behind wearing a wig. So I can still do both the characters. But you're really just seeing me talk to someone from, and you see that behind, don't see that behind. You see the back of the head. Yeah. Well, anyway, there is Spiral Files is getting made. Episode fucking 2 plots here, isn't it? I don't recommend trying to pause it and read it, but there is the whole little book of all of the plots for series 2, episode 1. You'll get a CCC, colonic irrigation. No, that's what I mean. So it can be stuff begins with an S or a C, as long as it's a C, not a K. You know what I mean? CCC, cyst. CCC. Yeah, you get what I'm saying anyway. But I know Deep in the Bunker does definitely want to come back as Spyro Boy, so I'll try and get him in it one. CCC saw it. CCC some identity. That's very good. Actually, Evil, that is very good. Or Fall. Yeah, I need to see. Yeah, you can't go up there. Well, you can't go up there. Yeah, that's an idea. Yeah, see some. Yeah, see some identification is quite good. If we can wrangle that into some kind of threat, or it's got to sound like they're saying to me, "You're going to get a CCC." Or I could change it to where they're saying, can't go up there until I see a CCC. CCC. So yeah, I don't know. We'll work it out. Also, different accents say stuff in different ways. Yeah. I'll probably get Penny to do a couple of voices from the behind. CCC security, that works. Yeah, CCC security, that works. Yeah. Simon said, "Do you film in order, or do you any scene and add in it? It depends. I try to do it in order because it's easier for my brain. But I have started to realise that often it is better just to do. If I'm filming in here, say, and I need a green screen, I'll do all the green screen stuff in one. So that could be beginning, end, and middle. And then the next day, do if I for this, I'm going to have to film in here, and I may need to film in a different room, and I'm going to have to film in the garden. So I'll do all the garden stuff in one go. I can't do any accents, Pepe, but this is why some of it I'm going to film with a beard on, or from behind, and then people who can do accents can do the voices for me. At the bottom of the Great Blue Sea, yes, I can't do accents at all. Yeah, C-C-C-C-C-K, no, yes. Yeah, we could go full on fucking Faulty Towers, fucking, what's his name? What is his name? Can't remember his name now. Not John Cleese, the little fucking, did he hit him on the head or is that something else? No, that's fucking, that is Benny Hill. It's not what I'm thinking of though. Manuel, yes. Yeah. But we'll work out something. Yeah. I need to wait for my manager. We'll see you later. But then that doesn't sound like he's threatening me, though, does it? Because that's I need to think he's saying you're going to get a CCC, which makes me pull my gun out because I'm like he's saying I'm going to get a CCC. But yeah, they're good ideas though because they might trigger some other. This is what I mean. If you count this into making the spy reverse, right? See, this is an hour's worth just trying to think of a single line. There's going to be 2 seconds in this whole entire episode. But that's, and I hope people, like most people who know about the Spy Files as well, know that part of what it is, it's a community thing. And it is the ideas that you lot come up with will be in it and you'll get credit for it. And a lot of you, if you're up for it, you can be in it if you want. Some people just do their voices. Some people do a bit of acting in it. I say acting. I don't think any of us do any acting in it. Apart from maybe... No, actually, no, that's a lie. Everyone does a bit of acting apart from me. I can do a deep South accent, but my natural Wales accent creeps underneath it. I can't do any. Every CCC scene needs an outro. You're gaining a CCC seaside holiday. You're getting... Yeah, you're going to get a CCC seaside holiday you won't forget. Yeah, that could work. Yes. Maybe that's the first thing he says to me. Welcome. You're going to get yourself a seaside holiday you won't forget. Yeah, that works, Berger. That's the whole scene. Yes, that actually works. That's the whole scene. That's the first thing they say to me. And I pull the gun out and stick it in their face. I might be able to hear them shit themselves. I've got a whole scene playing in my head now. I pull the gun out, you hear a shit, and then you hear him shit or fart, and then I can do a shit rolling out of someone's trouser leg. As a whole scene. Yes. I'm gonna have to write this down. Yes. Oh, the joys of brainstorming on Spy Files. I love it. Yes. There you go. That's the scene. That's it. We've done it. We've got a new scene. Where did I write that down? Yes. Yes. It's like tinnitus now. Yeah. Yeah. Hear him fart, and then you see shit come out of the trouser leg. I think that'd be great. I got fake shits. Did you have a stunt cock for the nurse scene? No, use my own cock for that. You're gonna get CCC to the ICC. It's like tinnitus now. That's a good one, Lee. Yeah. We're like 10kc into the chat. Insert Mr. Insert Name. Oh, CCC now. Yes. Yeah, I think that might work. I so badly want to tell you about one of the other fucking scenes, but I came up with one of the scenes. Well, it's all my own fucking work, but apart from stuff like that. But well, it is as well. It's just coming up with the idea, and it like the full scene. Like that's the scene I had in my head. It's just trying to work out the wording for it. There's a good one later on. I think will make you laugh. All this and he'll use one line. Oh, that's all it'll be. Yeah. Seaside holiday. You'll never forget. And I walk in. There'll be a little bit more to it than that. But I'll walk in, he'll say that. I think he's threatening me with CCC. Pull a gun out. You from behind, you'll hear a fart, and then we'll pan the camera down to Charles' leg, and you'll see a shit roll out. And then maybe him like kicking it to the side or something. And maybe I could comment on what's that smell. Or maybe just a subtle, no more than that, just a sniff. That's all you need. I often am told I am too subtle, though. Can I be your shit, man? What you want to be where the shit rolls out the trousers leg? You can do it. People can. You can be my shit. Yeah, you can be my shit, man. You can be my shit stunt double. See the shit in my pants. That could be the second line he says afterwards. Yes. All you need is a sniff. Oh, God. Yeah. I hope this works when I come to film it, because it might not, but it should work. It should work. Thank you. Well, I think we've just come up with one of the... It's getting enough funny bits in as well, because, but I think that's going to be one of the best bits, that. Could have different people shit themselves, pulled a gun on multiple people. I would do it. Maybe different... I may have to go to different rooms in this hotel to talk to different people. So we could have various shitters. You can't all be stuttering. But if you wanna do shitting scenes where you either shit your pants or shit rolls out your child's leg, please do. Scott said of all the things that Mike has needed for scenes, like shit rolling out people's child's legs. Oh, that's great. I so badly want to tell you the other joke. Because so far, most of it will just be the there are funny bits in it, but there's going to be a good bit of gore, hopefully. But like there's any, how do I explain it? In each episode, there's always a main joke, if you know what I mean. Shitting in the woods goes long way back. Well, it certainly does. Certainly it does. Well, the shitting jogger, Jack. The shitting jogger actually featured in episode 5. Episode 6. Sorry, episode 6. The shitting jogger was in it. I featured the shitting jogger in episode 6 of Spy Files. The one you never get a gun. Oh, yes. Stutter Island or Shitter Island. Shitter Island is actually quite... The film... Stutter shitting. When I do the feature-length film of Spy Files, part of the inspiration is going to be Shutter Island. Don't think it ain't going to be the same twist or anything, but it's going to be me investigating an asylum. So there is an element of Stutter Island in there, Shutter Island. But yeah, shitting in the woods way, way, way back. Pen Island is the only acceptable name, yes. Well, don't forget there's going to be a whole episode of the shit nights of Pen Island. So don't forget to get all your bloody United's gear. That's when I worked on Pit Top. We used to shit in the dump truck bodies. For fuck's sake. Even said you could call the hotel the shits. That nice one. Evil, that's perfect. That's really good idea. I like that. Thank you. That's going to be in it. As long as I haven't already thought of a name for it. Let me think. Let me look, sorry. That's the wrong way around. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, it's nice. The hotel did not have a name. It is now going to be called the Shits. Yes. The only thing I decided about the hotel was it was definitely the room I'm investigating is definitely going to be room 217. So people will know what that is. Shit, Del Sol. Yeah, the Shits is a good one. Stop holding back your stock of penis, mightier. Turd roller when it rolls out of his trouser leg. Oh, gosh. Putting on the Shits. Well, might be, no, I won't go as far as get someone to start fucking singing the song. Yeah, putting on the Shits. But I said, been doing more than the chainmail. Started procrastinating on it though. The novelty has worn out. Might do some tonight. Yeah, I do need the Shits of Penn Island. A character with shit on his head. Shit head. For sake. Oh god. Yes, the Shits. That's what it's going to be called. Yep. That's great. Yeah, we got room 217, and I need to investigate 217. Or an emoji poo shouting freedom when he rolls out. For my sake. I'll see what I can do, Lee. Like, you know, that's getting extreme editing there, that is. You know. That's a good saying. I'm happy with that. Do you know what 217's from, Drops? Hotel? Which is the proper number as well, because people associate it with a different number. But the actual real number is 217. Film quiz again. So yeah, I get quite excited. The good thing is talking about like this and getting ideas gets me going again. Because yeah, trying to make that fucking FBI picture was hard work. So room 217 is the hotel room that Danny goes into in The Shining, where the old woman is. But in the film it's 237, but in the book it's 217. So it's 217. Ah, 216 is a number for you, is it? Right, videos. Where is that? New Spyro app. Yeah, I ain't done a lot. It's taken a long fucking time. I was going to show you something. There's no point at the minute. No, we'll wait. I won't spoil that. Yeah, it's Shining Pepper. That's it. Someone said a vending machine in the hotel with bars of lactive chocolates. I'll see what I can do with that. If I can make like an image that I can like, I'll write that one down, Simon. That's a good idea, actually. Because I could just do an image of that and then like green screen it on the background. Yeah, nice one. That's good. So I said, yeah, put a thing on Discord after how all these years I found out it's list as employee number. Oh, that's interesting. Isn't that bizarre? Fetish shit is made of shit. You can stumble upon their brainwashing lab in room 101. That's a good one, actually. I'll see if I need extra scenes, I'll do that. Yeah. That could just be even just opening it and seeing. I mean, yeah, but room 101, that's a good one, yes. Yeah, because isn't that the room from? That's like your worst nightmares room, isn't it? From is it 1984? Yeah, room 101. Ben said, I watched Train to Busan last night. It was one of the best foreign zombie films I've seen today. It's quite a good film, isn't it? Yeah, it's good. Brown lights. Yeah, yeah, room 101, that'd be if that's a really good idea, because on the way up to 217, I will be knocking on doors and talking to people. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see how long the episode is, and if it needs extra stuff, I can knock on doors on the way up there and have some of you lot as interviewees. You know, even if it's just the back and you're just doing the voices, whatever you want. People don't have to do nothing, but one of the rooms could be room 101 there. Other famous rooms, maybe. Are there other? Yeah. Are there other famous rooms where weird stuff's happened? Woman putting on a face mask, using chocolate spread. I don't know if I could get anyone to do that, because I'll ask Metallic, but I don't think she'll say yes somehow. Got to remember, most of the characters are going to have to be me for this one. It'll be me or Metallic. I think Metallic's I'm going to have to use the old footage from Metallic that I've got, because what we did when she was in the mood, I filmed a load of stuff with her so that I could use it. But she's not always in the mood for she don't mind being in it, but she's not always in the mood for the filming of it, if you know what I mean. It can be quite hard work. So I've got a load of generic footage that we could use. A hotel restaurant called Penos. Yeah, I don't know if that see, all of these are good ideas, but it's trying to get the scene to work for it. What was the other film about? Oh, 1408. Yeah, 1408. Yeah. That's a famous room. Yeah. Is there any famous room where someone got bummed or anything? Oh, God. Actually, yes. So, yeah, Panos and, yeah, the foreskins, cream cut foreskins. That's actually, yeah, nice one, Evil. That's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, Pinos. Okay, Pinos. Yeah. Would it be written like that, or how you said? So it'd be pronounced Pinos, but written as Penos. Pinos. Yeah, room 13. Wild deuces. That's actually quite funny, but I don't know. That's the restaurant thing's perfect, because I could look through a door, but it only has to be a sign saying Pinos and a window, and I look through the window and I see a plate of crinkle cut foreskins. It's that way you don't have to do too much detail, because it's trying to think of. I can't, you know, if I had money and actors, it would be a proper restaurant with people walking around. But doing that with just me and one other person is really difficult. Yeah. Ben said, "What are we doing here, Mike? We're brainstorming the plot for the Spirophiles Series 2, Episode 1, and part of it involves me doing. I'm investigating a hotel." So it'll be, I go into the hotel, I see the manager, I talk to him, he's got a stutter, he says, see something, and I think he's threatening me. I pull a gun out. He shits himself. The scene shows the shit fall out of his trouser leg onto the floor. He kicks it away. I said, "Did you see that?" And then I realise he's got a stutter. I ask him about the hotel. While this is happening, I notice there's a vending machine with loads of laxative stuff in it. Talk to him. maybe he suggests getting some food. I look into the restaurant, see cut foreskins being served. Maybe because that might, because at this point I don't know. I'll have to see if that bit will work because of maybe I could put that in at the end because at this point I don't fully know what I'm investigating. Right, I know it's a spyverse incident. However, if I know there's like Desmond's in the restaurant, that's completely different. That changes the whole thing. And then I go into the hotel and I'm looking into the rooms. So we've got a potential for room 101, definitely. 1408, 217 will be the room. Yeah, that's coming along for a good set of scenes there. Hotel. Ring the bell at receptionist. The manager comes out of room 1. Psycho. Yeah, that's quite good. Yes, yes. Room number 4. A haunting. Yeah. Rooms where weird shit has happened would be quite good. Is there, Seaside Hotelier's International Tour Annual Dinner. Persia, can you put that on there? That's a long one to write. Could you put that? That would be good to look. Yeah, maybe we won't have crinkle cut cuisine in there, but that will be what's going on that's being staged inside the restaurant. Yes. Persia, could you put that on the... I'll write shit dinner and I'll say look on Discord. I'm actually really good. I'm really glad someone mentioned this now because it is really nice. It is good to get ideas because we've really fleshed out a scene now that did need it. Yeah. And that's quite a lot of funny bits in there. Because what I won't tell you too much, but the initial, there'll be a new intro. It's pretty much the same as the original intro, just with a couple of added bits for information. Do the usual desk scene where I get my orders and then the tape. I listen to the tape to tell me what I need to do. Start the initial investigation, which will be at this hotel. I do that investigation, and then I come back to shit to check the evidence. There's a lot more to it than this, but I don't want to say. Come back to shit to do a bit of evidence checking, and then I have to go back out to a couple of other outside scenes. And then hopefully I'm going to do a scene. I'm going to try and do a Nether region scene where you see someone being tortured. But that's quite difficult to film, but I'll see what I can do. Fool said, oh, room 7 basket. I read that in my head. Yeah. Yeah. I'll start getting heartburn. President International, let's it open to the Dark Room Awards dinner. Lots of different voices from the dark. An excuse for multiple people shitting themselves. Oh, God. Fuck it, I don't know what that's happened. Oh. Write that one down. Put that on the thing, Persia. Like because I've been sitting weird, I've been leaning over, haven't I? Oh, International leaves it open. No, to a Dark Room Awards dinner. Could use a boggling in a basket or something. Although, actually, yeah, that's quite good. Actually, yes. Actually, now you've explained, because it's nice to have a full scene. Yes, room 7. Hang on. Yeah, yeah. See, when you explain it like that, that's perfect. Yeah, we could have something in a maybe it's just a shit in a basket, which would be funny enough. What you could do there, you could either have a jump scare or a I could open the basket to a jump scare. I could open it to like a shit in a basket or something. I need a quick piss. I'll be back in a second. I'll have to go off in 15 minutes. Oh god, fucking heartburn. I sat weird. It's made my fucking 1408 blackened door. As the room was burnt down at the end of the movie. Yes. One of the doors just leads to an empty black void. That'd be quite good. And now you've entered the scary door. Yes. Yeah. There's probably a lot of things you could do with doors, isn't there? But I don't want to do too much door opening because the Christmas episode had a fair bit of door opening in it. But yeah, you've come up with some really good ideas there. I really like that. Yeah, thank you. And that's exactly what this is always supposed to have been. Because I was worried that if I did most of the acting for this one, that there wouldn't be so much input. But this is exactly what it should be. It should be it's input from you lot that make it what it is. So you can watch it, and hopefully it makes more people watch because you'll watch it going, "Oh, I thought of that. That was my idea." Open a door and you fall into smoke. That's madness. Well, the problem is I can't. That's a good idea, but I couldn't really because I still have to get up to the other episode, that other room to investigate it. So I can't see too much stuff that would stop me. I can't see Desmond's on the way up there because I'd start fighting them. It's got to be stuff that would keep me going up still, but funny, or just a film reference. You know what I mean? Second Creepshow was the best. Oh no, I thought the first one was best. Barton Fink stays in room 621. Thank you, Simon. Good idea. Door from the Twilight Zone. Well, that was me. I was getting something like that in my head. One of the doors, you surprise Santa when he's putting gifts under it. That would work. See, that would work. Yes. Yeah, it's something that won't stop me keep going up to the. But we've got a few good. There's a few good door ideas there. Yeah. And then I get up to the room, do my investigating, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you. Mike, what do you think is the best short story anthology horror series? I quite like the VHS stuff, but the problem is I really do like the VHS things, but there's a couple of stories they forget what it's supposed to be found footage, and then see found footage shouldn't really have music in it if it's found footage, and stuff like that, or a camera that starts changing scenes if it's supposed to be someone following the camera. You open the door and Michael Myers is taking a dump. Yeah, but I don't know. I do like... So the ABCs of horror is quite good, but they're all like 1 minute each, aren't they? I do like the Creep... I like Creepshow 1. I like Creepshow 2. There's a Creepshow 3. Budget said, you and Mark wearing a dress at the end of the hall. Like saying. I don't know how... Well, actually, no, that's fucking great. If I can get him to do that, and I can... Maybe if I just do 2 of myself. That's fucking amazing, actually. Yes. Masters of Horrors are pretty good. Persia, that's a good... If I have to do both characters myself, but I'll try and get... I don't know if I'll get... Thing is, I need to get a dress as well. 3 is okay, but not... No, I'll be honest. Creepshow 3 is terrible. Fucking... It's hard for me... Tell you what, have you seen Tales from the Hood? Now, they're a bit different. Tales from the Hood are a bit different. They're a bit, you know, it's Creepshow-ish, but it's a bit different because they're all hood related, I suppose you call it. Oh, fuck's sake. I do like horror anthologies, eh? Creepshow series, but they're not amazing. Just you and a mirror on the door, and the door closes, and it's just you. I'm now tempted, Persia, to do a full-on, you know, come play with us, whatever it be. You know, I don't know what we'd say. Good night, Lee. I'm going to have to go off in a minute. Having a piss has just made me feel better, by the way. Maybe that was pushing up on my diaphragm somehow. Yeah, join us. Yeah, join. Yes, join us. Join us. Join us instead of come play with us. Yeah. Yes. If I had more room, you know what I could be doing? I could be driving around in a fucking little bike. So I've got nowhere I could film that. Unless... Getting a bit complicated here. I got a treadmill there. I got a treadmill there. Don't think I got a tricycle there. I'll think about that. That would make quite a good scene there. There might be a fucking tricycle. There may well be a little scooter I could use. Corridor looks like one of the Matrix. Yeah, the doors in the hotel say Red Rum and other racehorses' names. On the Twilight knockoff from the game Alan Wake, you watch them on the TV in the game. Yeah, I couldn't get into Alan Wake the first. I'll tell you what, if you ever played Control, that's sort of connected to Alan Wake, isn't it? But get an evil Knievel stunt toy, painted black. Yes, there may be ways to do this. Yes. Christ. Yeah, you're going to go full hotel parodies now, aren't we? Just take the bike and pedal backwards against the green screen and reverse the footage. Yes. I might just do a scooter and just keep doing one leg like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, that would work. That would work, Peach. That would work. Yes. Yeah. Just inspired Desmond Drake and Jeffrey Epstein. If I could do that, I would. They definitely would be as well. Simon to the right. Great chatting tonight. I've got to get going and catch up. And thank you for joining in, Simon. And thank you if it was you who mentioned the Spyverse, because it was great. You've got me really going again now. Yes. Get someone in a gas mask and a wig to do it on the kids' trike. I'm sure we've got something like that. Sure, we've got something like that still. They might have been chopped up though, but there might be some little kids thing that you can't properly get in that I could get in. I could just see it and go, oh yeah, that'd do. You know, travel in that for a bit, see the twins, get scared, dump it. You know, next scene. You know what I mean? Great ideas, everyone. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go off in a bit though. It might be keeping people awake. Yeah, that was brilliant. I enjoyed that. That was a good fucking brainstorming. That was. If I have any other, once I've started filming it, see, there are other scenes. We've thought about as the first bits, but when I get to like the lab scene, I'll discuss that with you, and we can think of funny things. We won't talk about it yet, but one of the scenes will be me investigating some parts, body parts or something. I'm going to look for a microscope and see like cogs in the blood, some shit like that. I don't know, but that's, you know. Green screen the sand one from Beetlejuice behind one of the doors. That would work. That would be good. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 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 That would work. Yes, that's good. That's a good idea. That. Right. I better call it a night. I do appreciate you all joining in. Don't forget to like the stream, by the way. Yeah, that's good. I think we've come up with some really good ideas there. Don't let me forget to credit you. I remember. I should do. Pair of glowing red eyes. Yeah, just simple glowing red eyes should work. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I better not stay up too late tonight. I won't be drinking tonight, so I'll save it for next weekend. Right. Thank you for watching, everyone. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like the stream before you go, and I'll see you. There'll be a premiere of the video I did the other day tomorrow night. All right. Cheers for watching, everyone. See you all later. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, red eyes and a grin. Yes. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Right. Good night, everyone. I'll see you all. I'll see you. If I do a premiere, I might be on it tomorrow as well. See you later. Good night. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.